my pleasure at this point in time to introduce our keynote speaker. William J. Wilhelm has a long and rich history with Camden County College as a student, an administrator, a faculty member, and a volunteer. He is a living record of the 50-year history of this great college. Mr. Wilhelm served our country as a U.S. Navy corpsman for 2 years in Vietnam before enrolling at Camden County College in 1967, making him a member of the first class of this college. Like our student speaker today, Mr. Wilhelm addressed the class of 1969. I was born then. 1969 as the president of the Student Government Association. After graduating from Camden County College with an associate's degree in liberal studies, Mr. Wilhelm transferred to Rutgers University in New Brunswick and earned a Bachelor of Arts, where he subsequently also earned a Master's of Science. He returned to Camden County College as a Vietnam Veterans Outreach Counselor in 1973 and went on to hold several positions over the next 36 years, including Director of Financial Aid, Dean of Personnel and Labor Relations, and Professor of Business Studies, for which he received the Lindback Teaching Excellence Award. In 2010, Mr. Wilhelm retired and was named Professor Emeritus. Since that time, he has been a volunteer in the Center, the Camden County College Civic Center. Mr. Wilhelm also currently serves on the Board of Directors of the Alluvium Homeowners Association and the Terrace Grand Condominium Association in Voorhees, New Jersey. He was recently appointed to the Camden County Board of Taxation. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you our speaker this morning, William Wilhelm.
Good morning. 50 years ago, I was out there in the audience, the same place where the graduates are today, with a lot less weight and a lot more hair. And today, 50 years later, I can summarize what Camden County College has meant to me in one word: family. By way of analogy and from a much larger perspective, on June 26, 1963, President John F. Kennedy said in a speech to an audience of over 450,000 people in West Germany, "All free men, wherever they may live, are citizens of Berlin, and therefore, as a free man, I take pride in the words, Ich bin ein Berliner." With all due deference to JFK, let me say to each and every member of the graduating class of 2018, you are Camden County College. You have now become part of a family, not in the sense of a genetic Ancestry.com connection, but rather in the true spirit of a much larger clan that now spans 5 decades. Less than 5 years after that historic speech by JFK, Camden County College was founded, and the basic principles and benefits of pursuing a college degree remain timeless. It is, without equivocation, one of our greatest freedoms in America that we can actually choose to pursue a college degree and make all of the considerable sacrifices in order to forge a better life for ourselves and our families. Thousands of students from our region have attended Camden County College over the last 50 years and went on to enjoy success in many fields of endeavor. Collectively, all of the graduates here today and everyone who has preceded you have earned the right to say, we are Camden County College. We are the people who have made a difference, a positive difference in our communities. And I am certain that the graduating class of 2018 will continue this legacy into the next half century and beyond. And please never lose sight of the fact that it is our families that have been the foundation of our success, on a personal as well as a collegiate level. I absolutely believe that my family's specific history with this college represents a perfect example. I was privileged to be a member of the first graduating class of the college, and everyone in my immediate family, my 3 daughters, my son, and my wife, all graduated from this wonderful institution. They also all went on to earn a bachelor's degree. So you can see it's rather easy. understand why I say we are Camden County College. But as a lifelong student of history and law, I also believe it's important for people to understand how much our college has transformed our entire region and beyond. In 1967, if you wanted to earn a college degree from a New Jersey public institution and still live in the South Jersey area, you only had two choices. You could go to Rutgers-Camden, or you could go to Glassboro State College, which is now Rowan University. For me, the truth is in 1967, I could not have gotten into any college anyway because my high school academic record was so poor. To put it mildly, it would be an understatement to say I was an underachiever. So, when I graduated from Edgewood in 1964, I did the only rational thing I could do. I enlisted and volunteered to go to Vietnam, and the government took me up on my offer. Please don't get me wrong, I've always been very proud to have served my country, but I also recognize I should have been a little less impulsive when I decided as a 19-year-old that I would be better off going to war. Nevertheless, I had not been in Vietnam very long when I made a solemn pledge to myself that I would somehow find a way to get into college when I got back home. Fast forward to the early summer of 1967, I was just completing my second tour of duty in Vietnam when I heard that a brand new community college in Blackwood would be accepting students for classes starting in September. 6 weeks after getting that news, I was discharged and stepped right onto this campus ready for freshman orientation. Talk about perfect timing and karma. It was as if I had been given a shot at academic redemption. But let's be clear, my story certainly is not unique. Many students who came to this college after me have also followed a similar, non-traditional path. However, I can tell you that being a member of that first class of the college marked the beginning of a personal journey that has literally encompassed the better part of my adult life in a truly profound manner. Back in 1967, most community colleges had an open-door admissions policy, and I thought this was going to be my chance to put my academic record behind me. But 2 days before classes began, Dr. Ilo Malky, the founding president and one of the founding fathers of the college, called me into his office and told me that he had looked at my high school transcript and I was now on probation. He said he would personally be checking my midterm grades and then he would decide if I could remain in school. I can remember my immediate reaction was, oh no. But I made the dean's list that semester and every semester thereafter. And you know, it's a funny thing. I didn't find out until a few years later that the college didn't even have probation those first few years. But that was vintage Dr. Malky. He may have been an intimidating figure, but he became my mentor and was definitely one of the most influential people in my life, as well as the lives of thousands of Camden County residents. I became part of the college family he created and vice versa. The most basic lesson that Dr. Malky and his incredible wife Leah taught me was that it's both essential and actually fulfilling to do everything you can do to help others to succeed. Now that's not a strategy, but rather that's a moral philosophy. Being a part of the Camden County College family gave me and my dedicated co-workers the opportunity to assist others in ways that may not have been possible if we had not chosen careers in education. On a very serious and somber note, let me also share with you that it was the unbelievably compassionate culture at this college that gave me so much emotional support when my first wife was killed by a drunk driver in a horrible accident, leaving me with two little girls ages 8 and 3. 2 tours of duty in Vietnam had done little to prepare me for such a shocking loss. But it was in that darkest hour of my life that my college family stood by me, and I will be forever grateful for their love and empathy. As I have said, at Camden County College, we are a family. I eventually married several years later, And would you like to guess where I met my second wife, Tammy? Yes, it was right here on the Blackwood campus when she was working in the IT department. See, I really do owe everything to Camden County College. In preparing my comments for today, President Borden asked me what were some of my most memorable experiences. That's something that's really difficult to pinpoint in a span of 50 years. But I told him it was probably during the years when I was the Director of Financial Aid. Each year at commencement, I would see certain students getting their diploma, and I knew that the people that I worked with had a direct role in making that singular moment a reality for that graduate and his or her family. To me, every one of those individuals represented the fundamental concept of we are Camden County College. So many students, so many backgrounds and circumstances, all a part of a beautiful tapestry that represented such a promising future for them and our community. Now, without question, my final years at the college as a professor were also fantastic because of the direct interaction I had with students on a daily basis. I really missed being in the classroom where I learned firsthand from my outstanding fellow professors that teaching is not an occupation, it is an avocation. In closing, let all of us recall that the mission of Camden County College from its inception has been to provide accessible, affordable, and high-quality education to the residents of our county. Camden County College has met that goal for 50 consecutive years. You and I, my fellow graduates, have been part of what I can only describe as one of the greatest achievements in the 300-year history of the county of Camden. With the vision and support of our elected officials, no other public institution in the county has had a greater impact on the overall quality of the lives of our residents than this esteemed college. And that is why we can and should say with great pride, we are Camden County College. Congratulations and welcome to the family.
Bill, on behalf of the College Board of Trustees, our distinguished guests, faculty, our graduates, and their guests, thank you for your words of inspiration. Your presence here today has made this occasion even more memorable for our graduates, and you have played a significant role in today's celebration. I would also ask our board chair, John Hanson, to please join us.